Sabrakata Yahweh, Sabrakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. First and foremost, man, to give our praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Braka Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule well at Great Millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Archeons and the folk on the earth who pushing the gospel and sincerity. Truth, Shalom. Alright, so the name of this lesson is the the uh, the Ethiopians who are gonna stretch forth their hands to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They are Israelite. You know, if you know anything about the history that went to the Israelite, you know, they one of our courses where we would be scattered among all these heathen nations, right? And the Most High scattered we among all these heathen nations, right? So you know, you can see the prophecy also said Israelite gonna be coming out of every nation and in the four corners of the earth, right? So all the Israelites who's part of the elect, they're gonna be coming out of these different nations, right? And Ethiopia is one of them. So the Ethiopians that stretch forth their hands unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? They are Israelites, right? And we're gonna prove it through the scriptures, right? We're gonna prove it through the scriptures. Right, so this is why a lot of people say, you know, the Bible contradicts itself, because one time it's saying that the Ethiopian will die by the sword. Most I see can destroy the Ethiopian by the sword. Yeah, those heathens, right? There's those Hamites, those heathens, right? But I saw Israelite dwelling among them. So let me bring out these two precepts and then go into the lesson, right? This one saying, this is Psalm 68. Psalm 68 verse 31. He said, Prince shall come out of Egypt, Ethiopia shall soon stretch forth her hands unto the Most High Yahweh. Right? So when they hear that, they say, see, Ethiopians, you know, they're gonna be saved. But these Ethiopians are Israelites, right? These Ethiopians here are Israelites, right? Because Israel was scattered, you know, among all these heathen nations, right? This is Zephaniah 2:12. He Ethiopian also. He said, he Ethiopian also, he shall be slain by my sword. So, hey, so when people read it, say, hey, the Bible contradicting itself. One time it said the Ethiopian gonna be slain with the sword, and next time it said, hey, Ethiopians shall put forth the hand to the Most High. No, them Ethiopians gonna put forth the hand to the Most High are Israelite. Wasn't Apostle Paul was a Roman? Why he called himself a Roman? Because he had a Roman citizenship. He dwelt in that land. But his nationality was an Israelite, right? So let me go through the quick in Acts, right? This is Acts chapter 22, verse 2. And when they hear that he speak in the Hebrew tongue to them, they kept the most silent and said, right? And he said, so who he speak to in the Hebrew tongue? He was speaking to the Jews, right? He was speaking to his brethren, right? I am verily a man which am a Jew. So hey, Apostle Paul is a Jew, right? Born in Tarsus, a city in Sicilia, yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and taught according to the perfect man of the law of the fathers, and was zealous towards Yahweh, as ye all are this day. Right? Let me jump to verse 25. He said, and as they bound him with tongues, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, take heed what thou doest. but this man is a Roman. So there was Paul. So Paul was a Roman, right? Doesn't mean he was a so-called white man, right? He had Roman citizenship because he born in that land. He had the citizenship of that land, right? A land don't give you a nationality. Your nationality is come from your father, not from a land, right? He said, then the chief captain came and said unto him, Tell me, art thou a Roman? And he said, Yeah. So Paul born in that area, but he was not a Roman, he was an Israelite. He said in the third verse that he's a Jew. Right? Let me get the next one, right? This is Romans, right? This is Romans 11:1. I say then, had Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. And this was the apostle Paul, right? He's an Israelite. This is nationality, right? From the tribe of Benjamin, right? But he had citizenship because he grew up in the city, right? To see in Rome, right? So we go back to, so the Ethiopians are going to stretch forth their hands to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They are Israelites, right? They are Israelites because we were scattered. We were scattered among all these nations, right? Um, this is James. This is James 1:1. He said, James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Hey, so the 12 tribes scattered abroad. You understand? They were scattered among all these other nations, right? So when the Most High said the Ethiopian gonna put forth their hands to him, there's a remnant that gonna come out of Ethiopia, right? I'm not going to this historian historian Rudolph Winslow, right? And this is Babylon to Timbuktu, right? And um this is page 84. And let's get straight to the point, right? It is possible that Jewish colony were established there at the early date. It is also the probability that Jewish tribe migrate from the north. I have shown previously that Jewish immigrants crossed the Red Sea into Ethiopia, and that Jewish immigrant migrate from Egypt to Ethiopia. So hey, we had the Israelites still dwelling in that land, right? He said, my conclusion is that, Salakia, my conclusion is this the nation of Ethiopia became a confluence or crossing of a wave of Hebrew culture and settlement. Here in Ethiopia was a great center of black Jews. So our people were dwelling all across the globe, right? It's they exchange idea. He said they exchange ideas. Some settle down to stay, others depart to the west and south. So others depart to the west and south, right? He said Joseph L. Will answer that. Let me jump down to it said, I think it also highly, he said, probable that at whatsoever epoch it may be placed, the whole Abyssinian, right? Abyssinia is another name for Ethiopian empire. There's a next name to pronounce, to call Ethiopian Abyssinian, right? Was of Jewish persuasion previous to its conversion. He said, as even those who have adopted the Christian creed still maintain numerous forms of observation, right? He said, as we conclude from the above and other record, the Christian of Abyssinia were once Jews, he said, incidentally, Solomon Garzel, in his book A History of the Jews, has stated that there still exists 100,000 black Jews in Ethiopia who are not Christian. After the king um, Ab- Abraha of Ethiopia accept Christianity in the 4th century AD, a great change occurred that was um, disastrous to the existence of the Jews. They became victims of persecution that lasts for many centuries. So hey, these Ethiopian, these so-called African, they were assaulting and persecuting the Israelites that dwell in there to convert them into Christianity. You understand? And this is a historian book from Babylon Timbuktu. You understand? And this book got a lot of meat in it, right? It said even since the rise of Christianity in Ethiopia, he said Judaism has been decreasing, yet in spite of social pressure and discrimination, 100,000 black Jews have been able to survive. This multitude of Jews surviving under hostile conditions, so they were being persecuted, among these Hamites, right? That's why the Mosai said, "He Ethiopian shall die by my sword," because the Mosai going to put these Hamites to death, and the Mosai going to put these Hamites in slavery. So you got to know the history to even understand the scripture, because the Bible also is a history book, right? So you got to understand the history, right? So Apostle Paul was called a Roman, but he was a Hebrew Israelite, but he was called a Roman because he was brought up in that land, right? He had citizenship for that land, right? Hey, GMS salvation of the elect Shalom Akiyah Bashem Yahushai, an Israelite foreigner from East Africa, the Kush. He said the Kush are going into slavery. Damn Babylonian can. You see, there's an Israelite from East Africa, and there's an Israelite. Hey, Shalom Akiyah Bashem Yahushai Brakatan. You understand? Yeah. So hey, so them Kush, the Ethiopian that gonna put forth their hand to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, they are Israelite, right? So we were dwelling in those lands. One of the course, like I mentioned earlier, we were scattered. We were scattered among these heathen. You understand? All right. So let me get some. Let me get some. Let me get some. This is Acts. All right. This is yeah. This is Acts chapter 8. Right. Yeah. So them Ethiopia was prosecuted the Israelites. Trying to convert them into wickedness. Right. That's why the Most High is gonna slay them with his sword. Right. This is Acts chapter 8. And I'll start from verse 26. And the angel of the Lord speak unto Philip, saying, Arise and go towards the south, and goes towards the south unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. He said, and he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, of eunuch, of great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopia, who had the charge of all her treasure, and had come to Jerusalem for worship. So no heathen not gonna come to Jerusalem for worship. We know that according to the law, no heathen cannot enter. Right? This is what the law say. Right? No heathen cannot enter. So we know that Ethiopian there was not a heathen, he was an Israelite that dwelling in the land of Ethiopia. Right? Right? And where they go to Jerusalem for worship is the Passover, right? The feast of fruit, and the feast of trumpet, tabernacle, Salaki, the feast of tabernacle. 3 times a year we got present ourselves to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? So we know no heathen wasn't going to the feast in Jerusalem, right? Um, this is Exodus 12. Um, this is Exodus 12 and say right, Salaki, let me see, I'll find this one. He said, "No stranger shall eat thereof." Uh, it said, "All the congregation of Israel shall keep it." Um, yeah, this is Exodus 7:43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, "This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger thereof, Salaki, there shall no stranger eat thereof." So no stranger. So we know this man in Acts, this Ethiopian eunuch, was not a stranger, right? He was not a stranger. This is Acts chapter 2, verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under the heaven. So Israelites were scattered abroad, right? They were scattered in all these land, living among these heathens, right? So back in Acts chapter 8, verse 27, and he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, which is an Israelite, right? He had citizenship for that land, right? He said, "And Enoch of great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopia, who had the charge of all our treasures, and come to Jerusalem to worship," right? Was returning and sitting in his chariot, and read Isaiah the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, "Go near and join thyself to this chariot." And Philip ran thither to him, and hear him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, "Understand thou what thou readest?" And he said, "How can I, except some man should guide me?" And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. Right? So hey, you know, Philip is not gonna teach a heathen, right? He's not gonna teach a Hamite these words. And the scripture said, give not thy pearls to dogs, right? You understand? So he's not gonna teach a heathen this word, right? He said, the place of the scripture which he read was this: he was led as a sheep to the slaughter, and like a lamb dumb before his shearer, so opened he not his mouth. He said, in humiliation his judgment was taken away, and who shall declare his greatness? For his life is taken from the earth. And the Enoch answered Philip and said, I pray thee, of whom speaketh the prophet this? Of himself, or of some other man? Then Philip opened his mouth and began at the same scripture, and preached unto he said and preached it unto him Yahushai. So it was Yahushai this was talking about. So he not gonna explain. Most not gonna send it to explain the scripture to a heathen. No, this man was an Israelite. You understand? This man was an Israelite. So hey, the Ethiopian who put forth a hand to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, they are Israelites. Right? This is Isaiah, right? This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover a remnant of his people. See, it's a remnant of his people, right? Who's the Most High people? The Israelites is the Most High people, right? Let me get a precept, right? Yeah, the Israelite is the Most High people. So the Most High is remnant, right, of his people. Um, let's see, 7. Right? The Most High gonna run up his people. This is this is 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 22. Wherefore thou art great, O Lord, Yahweh power, for there is none like thee, neither is there any power beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And what one nation is in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, you are the Most High people. Can. He said, Porton David said, the white man, the devil, aka beast of the field in Genesis. There's the serpent. Serpent go back to a malicious, a treacherous man, right? A crafty, a tricky. You know, one Esau ruled by what? Deception. So-called white man ruled by deception. And right now, all his lies being declared that he's the liar, that he's the devil, that he's Satan. Right? The word Satan means adversary. Right? And this with the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai doing. You know, uncovering Esau's skirt. So you're seeing all his sword, you know, and they skirt all his lies and his deception. Right? Yeah, so back in 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 23. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people Israel, whom Yahweh went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things and terrible for thy land before thy people, which thou redeemed to thee from Egypt, from the nation, and from An and their gods. For thou hast conformed to thyself thy people Israel, to be a people unto thee forever. And thou, Lord Yahweh, art become their God. You understand? So, hey, the Most High people is the Israelite. And the Most High can deliver a remnant of his people in these last days. We are in the last day. So the Most High gathering his remnant. That's why you're seeing the Hebrew Israelites standing back on the foot. Is the dry bones in the valley in Ezekiel chapter 37. The dry bones waking up. And that's why you see all across the globe, Israelites waking up. You know, his brother from GMS Salvation of the Elect, right? He says he's Israelite foreigner from East Africa, right? We still got brothers and sisters dwell all over Africa. We still got brothers dwelling in those places. Got the prophecies that Israel scattered the folk on the earth. So in all these nations, the elect of the nation of Israel gonna be coming out, right? This spirit gonna bear witness with this spirit that they are the children of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? It's so let me go back to so we are the children of Yahweh, but the children of Yahweh forever. And the Most High is a man, he say he changed not. Right? The Most High ain't changed. So the Most High not gonna bring no heathen to his inheritance. Right? The Most High say he changed not, and the Most High not a man that shall lie. So the Most High not gonna bring in no heathen and no dogs. You know, these Hamites is dogs. Right? You understand? And we're gonna rule over these Hamites. Right? Uh so the Most High say he changed not. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, his sons of Jacob are not consumed. So the elect not going to be consumed, right? The elect, which is the 144,000, and the one-third, men, women, children, they're not going to be consumed. They're going to be delivered from this upcoming destruction, right? So back in Isaiah 11 and 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people who are the Israelites. He can recover the remnant of his people, right? He said, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush, which is Ethiopia, right? There's the name of Ethiopia, right? Cush, right? He said, and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea, and he shall set up an ensign for the nation, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the spoils of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The dispersed is scattered from the four corners of the earth. So when we go back to Isaiah, Salakia, Psalms, right? We go back to Psalms 68 and 31. Psalm 68 and 31. He said, Prince shall come out of Egypt, and we just read that the remnant he can bring out from Egypt, because they say that Israelite are dwelling in Egypt, right? He said, Prince shall come out of Egypt, Ethiopia shall soon stretch out her hands unto Yahweh, unto Yahweh. They are the Israelites, the elect, the remnant that are going to be coming out of that land. And we just read in the book of Babylon, book 2, that these Ethiopia were oppressing our people and forcing religion on them, right? You understand? That's why the Most High say, he Ethiopian shall be slain by my sword, right? And the Most High going to put these Ethiopians to death, right? The Most High going to put them to death, right? This is right, Ezekiel, right? This is Ezekiel 25 and we go straight to the point. Ezekiel 25 and 13. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hands upon Edom, which is you so-called white people. This is the Greek word for Salaki. This Edom mean this is your biblical nationality. You are Edomites, right? He said upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And Dedan is a grandson of Cush, right? Dedan is a grandson of Cush. So he said, and Dedan shall fall by the sword. So we go back to Dedan. He's a grandson of Cush, and we're gonna get a record, right? This is Genesis. So the Most High can destroy them Hamites. Most High can put them Hamites in chain, right? This is and Hamites is the biblical nationality. This is the nationality that the Most High gave to them, right? So-called white man who give them the name, who call them African. And these Hamites don't even call themselves Africans, right? These Hamites don't even call themselves African. Call themselves by the father's name. They call themselves either Cush or Ethiopian or Canaanites or Libya or Egyptian, right? Egypt is a Greek word. The name of the land is Mizmarim, right? You understand? Uh, this is Genesis 10 and 7. He said, and the son of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sapta, and Ra'amah, and Saticha, and the son of Ra'amah, Sheba, and Dedan. So Dedan is a grandson of Cush, right? Dedan's father is Ra'amah. So these are Ethiopians. These are Cushite. And the Most High say, Ethiopia shall be slain with my sword. You understand? The Most High gonna slay these devils, right? The Most High gonna put them on the chains too. You understand? The Most High gonna put them on the chain, right? I think there's in uh, Most High say you can give me let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can paraphrase it and find it, right? Let's see. So like just a minute there. Let's see if I can paraphrase it. Yeah. So you know, gotta get understanding of these scriptures, right? And these secrets was only revealed to who? Or only revealed to the elect. You understand? To give the understanding to wake up what? The elect, the house of David, right? Um, right, and get this here. Let's do a paraphrase and get this. Men of E. Uh, yeah, right. Um, yeah. So the Most High gonna give you these heathens, you know. Let's see. I pull it up here. Yeah, I get to it. Right. So let me read back this one here in Ezekiel 25. Right. Yeah. Ezekiel 25 and 13. Therefore, thus said the Lord, power. I will also stretch out my hands upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. So these Ethiopians are going to be slain, and these is Hamites, right? These is Hamites, right? This is Isaiah 45 and 13. I have raised up him in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city, and he shall let go my captive. He said, not for price nor reward, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Thus said the Lord, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabeans, men of stature, shall come over unto thee, and they shall be thine. They shall come after thee in chain. They shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, surely Yahweh is in thee. So, hey, the Most High can give you these heathen. These heathen gonna come. These heathen gonna be our servants. All these Hamites, these Edomites, these Moabites, you understand? These Elamites, these Ishmaelites, all these nations gonna be our servants, right? There is none else, there is no God. Verily, thou art a God that hideth thyself, O power of Israel, the Savior. You understand? You understand? Then he said, they shall be ashamed and also confounded, all of them. They shall go to confusion together that are maker of idols. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. He shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So all these are nation, these Hamites, hey, they're gonna come over to us bound down in chain. You understand? In chain, right? Most are gonna give it them. They can come over to us in chain, right? You understand? Let me get back this one in right? So them Hamites, them Ethiopians gonna be slave by the Most High sword, right? Let me read it back again. This is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 12. He said, he Ethiopian also, he shall be slain by my sword. Yeah, and these Ethiopians going to be slain. These Hamites, they're going to be slain. These Hamites, they're going into captivity. But the Israelites, the Ethiopians who stretch forth their hand unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, they are Israelites, right? They are Israelites. You understand? So these are the heathen, taken into slavery, right? You understand? We're going to rule. We're going to rule over these heathen, right? This is our Revelation, right? We're going to rule over these heathens. This is Revelation 2 and Revelation 2 and 25. He said, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. So the Most High give brothers different measure of wisdom, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You understand? Some brother get get more than some brother. So the Most High said, that which thou have, hold fast till it come. Right? Need to do this work, right? To go out and teach and to wake up the elect of the nation of Israel. Because salvation is for the Israelites, right? The elect of the nation of Israel. Because two-thirds are going to be destroyed because two-thirds already conform to this world. You know, the one that call themselves Christians, the one that call themselves black, the one that call themselves Nubian, Egyptian, African, the one that call themselves Muslim. You understand? So they're going to be destroyed because when they commit to spiritual fornication and there's a sin to death, and they're going to be destroyed. Right? Verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation. Right? And he is an Israelite. Not no heathen, he is the Israelite. Right? It said, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shiver, even as I receive of my Father. You understand? And I will give him the morning star. He that had an ears, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. So, hey, we're going to rule these nations with a rod of iron. We're going to rule over all these heathen nations. You understand? Over all these heathen nations, we're going to rule over. Because what they are servants. And this the rightful lot. The rightful lot that they are servant. Right? Let me just get this one more close after this. You know. Yeah, this is this is Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. So hey, you're reading the historian book. It said the Abyssinia, right? Which no, this is another name for the Ethiopian empire, right? They were oppressing the Israelites to try to convert them, right? He said, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, right? And all thy adversary, every one of them shall go into captivity. The so-called white man, the East Indian, Chinese, the Arabs, all of them oppress us, right? You understand? The so-called white man, these Hamites, all of them going into captivity. All of them, right? He said, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. You understand? And there's righteous judgment. You understand? There's righteous judgment. So in Psalm 68 and 31 they are the Israelites, the prince who come out of Egypt, and the Ethiopian who will put forth their hands to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They are Israelite, right? They are Israelite. They are Israelite who dwell in those lands, right? You know, hey, shalom to the GMS salvation of the elect. You know, your brother say he's an Israelite foreigner from East Africa. Hey, shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, stay strong. And the other brother that David, hey, yeah, he said the white man is the devil, a beast of the field. Hey, shalom. You know, all these lessons edifying. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders who rule well and great millstone. And a blessed salutation to the Akiam, to the folk on the earth, to pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. Mawat la babal.